G'day everyone, MrsCorruptCarnage here, and today I am joining you for a special cooking episode video. So today we are going to be making some choc butternut snap cookie reindeer tartlets in honour of Christmas. This is a quick sneak preview of what they're going to look like, but I'll show you the finished product when we're done. So what we're going to need to start off with is some 65 grams of unsalted butter, a third of a cup of thickened cream, some butternut snap cookies, and some chocolate baking chips. You can also use dark chocolate if you're into that, and they don't have to specifically be Cadbury, but that's the good shit. Rightio, so what we're doing over here is we've preheated the oven to 180 degrees, and then we're going to, over a low, shallow cooking pan, put some butternut snap cookies, and we're just going to pop these into the oven for 3 to 4 minutes just to soften them up. So here we go. Rightio, next thing we need to do is make our filling. So we're going to come over here to the stove top. We've got this on low heat, and we've put our butter, our chopped chips and our cream into a saucepan, and we're going to put this over low heat and then stir it all until it's nice and melted and smooth. Rightio, so we're back again with our next step. So what we've done is, once our chocolate mixture from the stovetop was nice and smooth, we're going to transfer that into a bowl, and then we're going to pop that one in the fridge for approximately 20 minutes until it's nice and cool but not set. And don't forget to have a sneaky lick of the old spoon of the mixture. Alrighty. Here we go, that's going to sit in our fridge until it's nice and cool. Rightio, here we are back again, ladies and gentlemen. Now what we've done is we've left our biscuits in the oven for just a short amount of time, only 3 to 4 minutes, because you don't want them to burn because technically they're already cooked. Now what we've done is, while they were nice and hot from the oven, but be careful, you might need to use a tea towel, where we're going to push the insides of the biscuits into the tin so that you get a nice little depression in your cookie there, so that we can put our filling into it. Now if you do get a few little cracks in there, don't worry too much, because that's why we're going to half set our mixture first from the fridge, so that way we don't have it dripping everywhere through the bottom. Righty, I am back again, and here is our next step for our cookies. So once we both have our cooled down biscuits, so once you've mushed them into the trays, you're going to let them cool down, and then once they're cool you can pop them onto a plate. So we've got our cool biscuits and we've got our cool mixture straight from the fridge, and what we're going to do is place 1 heaped teaspoon of our chocolate mixture into each little tartlet biscuit shell. So just give me 1 second to do some of those for you, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is what our choc tartlets are going to look like once they've been filled up with the mixture. Now I found that I had to use my muffin tray just to keep the shells upright rather than the plate, just so that the mixture didn't start dribbling out the edges. But once you've filled those bad boys up with the mixture, we're going to pop them back in the fridge again, and we just need to leave them for 20 to 25 minutes, maybe a little bit longer depending how hot it is. And then once they're nice and hard and set, then we will be able to decorate. Alrighty folks, now these set of bad boys are what we're going to need to make our little tartlet cupcake biscuit things, whatever you want to call them, into reindeers for Christmas. So we've got some Jaffas here. Now if you're not a fan of the choc orange flavour, any red kind of lolly will do you just fine. We need some marshmallows of the full-size variety, and then also some mini marshmallows, or schmallows, like anyone ever calls them that. We need some pretzels. Now these need to be the mini pretzels because they need to have the kind of star-shaped ones that are going to make perfect antlers. Now also you need something for your little reindeer eyes. Now I've chosen to use silver cashews, but you could also use, they recommend the black little gel icing pens, or I suppose you could use a poppy seed, or anything, pretty much anything that's going to look like an eyeball will do. Now I'll be back with some cutely decorated reindeers to show you what I've done. Alrighty boys and girls, now I've just got a little bit more of detail here for you of the decorations to make our reindeers. So what we need for the nose is we've got a normal size marshmallow, and we've chopped that in half so it's got a nice sticky edge to it to hold our Jaffa, and that's going to take our nose. So you've got a half a marshmallow with a Jaffa on top. Now for our eyes, we've taken a mini marshmallow, chopped it in half, and then we've got our little cashews on the sticky side of each half to make our 2 eyeballs. So we've got 2 eyeballs and a nose. Now what we need for our reindeer antlers is some of these star-shaped pretzels, mini pretzels. Now they are difficult to cut, as you can see here. I've had a bit of a shattering, crushing try at chopping these bad boys. Now what they actually want you to do is just use like a half of a one, just because the little snap tartlets aren't very big, so that bad boy's probably going to look a little bit chunky on there. So we've got 2 half ones here. That one's probably a little bit big, but he'll do. And then we're going to have those bad boys up there for our antlers. So that's what it's going to look like, and then we're going to pop it into our tartlets. So I'll show you the finished product in just a second. Alrighty, so here we go. Now I've put those little components I just showed you from the chopping board over there before onto our butterscotch tartlets, and this is what our adorable little reindeers look like. So there we go, zoomed in there for you. Got their noses, their little eyes, and their pretzel ears. Aren't they just too cute? And they taste fantastic too. So here we go. I'm going to finish the rest up here, and we are all done. Now if you have any questions, make sure you pop them in the comments box below, and please remember to like, favourite and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.